We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Hurts to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Fournette, a first down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the gut, Fournette. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. The big back Leonard Fournette able to push his way in from a yard out. And the Buccaneers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And some room to work. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Leonard Fournette. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0. Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now Sanders. They find some open field here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They give it off here to the tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
19-18. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offense. It's going to be a long day. 19 Lions. 45.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Hurts flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want.
They'll run with Sanders, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Looking to throw. Over the middle here to Brown.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw here. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Let's go, baby. We turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. 45 to Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Come on.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
45. 45. Mike 45. Watch the slant.
They'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. The final shot before half for Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On first down, Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 2nd and 5.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete to Otten. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Keeft
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point put through by ShokN's. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Come on. Panther 60. Panther
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They keep it with Fournette on first down.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Brady going to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Brady now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Brady going to go on 4th down. Over the middle to Evans. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of have this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Second and 8.
3 down. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, here we go. Check 45 to Mike.
They go play action with Hurts.
Towards the end zone for Brown.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. Brady going to throw here.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 41. And now, did we see that right? They accepted the pass interference penalty, gave possession back to the offense. Boy, someone's got to have their wires crossed. That just doesn't make any sense. Second and 16.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Switch.
Here's Brady to throw. Looking deep for Julio. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so